Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Let's get right to it. Now, how martial arts, training in martial arts, changed my life forever. It's one of the best decisions, it's one of the best investments I've ever made. And I think if you don't sign up for a martial arts gym, at the very least, like learn some sort of like self-defense. Whether it's boxing, whether it's karate, whether it's jiu-jitsu, wrestling, learn something where you can protect yourself, you can protect your loved ones, and just you never know because we live in a crazy time. And if there's a time where you have to use it but you can't, you're clipped, you're cooked. So there's that. But I'm gonna explain to you the reasons as to how it changed my life personally. So as of right now, I've been training in kickboxing a little bit over a year, on and off. I've trained like 8 months consistently, 8 to 9 months consistently, and then there were some months I just, life happens and I stopped training, fell off a little bit, and then now I'm back on it. I actually have a tournament coming up very soon, and I'll keep you updated about that. So, so for me, training, how has it changed me? So one of the first things it has helped me with is my confidence. So because I'm doing something that's not so comfortable, like you are taking some sort of pain, whether like if you're doing you're doing a combat striking like kickboxing, boxing, you're getting hit in the face, you're getting hit in the body, your punches, kicks, in the head, in the face, the body, in the leg, all those pain, it pushes you. It pushes you to keep going. It pushes you to really like think about whether you're made for this or not. Because people don't like pain. We don't like pain. And once the adrenaline hits, you're more tolerable to pain, and that's something you're gonna find out very soon as soon as you start training, that when the adrenaline kicks in, you're gonna be a lot more confident and more pain tolerance. Your pain tolerance is gonna be higher. But also, like when you're sparring like really hard and you're really pushing yourself to the max and you're really tired, and your partner, whoever it is that you're sparring, they're giving you punishments, like you're receiving damages, you're giving them damage, and you're gassing out, getting tired. It's like in those moments where you really find out like what you're really made of. It's like that's when fight or flight really kicks in. Like, are you gonna back away? Are you gonna run away? Are you gonna stop? Are you gonna give up? Or are you gonna keep going, keep pressing forward, keep trying to, like, in your mind, win? You know what I'm saying? Keep trying to survive. So that stuff right there really pushes you and makes something out of you at that point. So that also like correlates your confidence. Like, when you are pushed to the edge of your limits, your confidence will be up because now you know how competent you are, or you're building that state, you're building that skill of competence, you know, and that's gonna transfer into other areas of your life. Because if you can handle a punch to the face, like Mike Tyson said, you know, you don't have a plan until you get punched in the face. Real stuff. Like once you get rocked really good, it's like all game plan you had, it's like all out the window. And then that's when your natural instincts try to take over. You get emotional, and then a smart trained fighter is able to like stand their ground and think their way out and like make smarter moves. So it's like, you being able to handle discomfort, you being able to handle pain, getting punched in the face, that's going to correlate to other areas of your life. Because now you can, you know you're not gonna get into fights like that in real life. Like, unless like somebody, like, generally, like, that's another thing we're gonna get into. You're generally not gonna get into fights like that in real life. but like you're gonna have a lot of like verbal fights, quote unquote. You're gonna have a lot of verbal disagreements with people, and you're gonna be 10 times more confident in getting your point across, being persuasive, being able to handle rejections. So like I know in this space, like we talk a lot about like confidence, social skills at times, women. So like your ability to handle rejections from women or people, like if you work a sales job or whatever, like your ability to handle rejections, saying no to people as well, it's gonna go up. You're gonna have you're gonna be a lot more bolder. You're gonna be a lot more confident in what you're saying and how you carry yourself, because you're doing something that's not only just like that most people are not doing it, but then it's also really challenging. It's challenging for you, and you're doing something that's very primal too. So it's naturally going to increase your confidence. Now, there's gonna be people that their ego is gonna get crazy higher. Like martial arts, they really do they really like boost who you are. So at times, like your ego might be all the way up, and at times you might be really too humble. So it's it's gonna it's gonna make you go through a whole like ride of like emotional roller coaster. But then also it will humble you. You'll realize that you're not that strong, you're not that good, you're actually very vulnerable. But so is your opponent, so is your partner, so is your sparring partner, and the people that you train with. You realize you really are a human being. You realize that you're not made of glass. You're much more durable. You're much more durable to pain. You're a lot stronger than you think. But then also, you're a lot more vulnerable than you think you are. You're not invincible. Because certain ways, if you get hit, it could really like, stop your movements. Liver shots, head kicks, strong head kicks, you know, and then like getting kicked to the leg at that point, like around the knee, where you could really like stop your movements. I know, like it's the reason, the stuff that I mentioned, that's like when you're hard sparring, but you don't even have to like do all of that. Like just like learning the basics, learning how to properly throw like punches, kicks, doing drills. Like just learning that itself is gonna build your confidence and gonna make you a lot more. It's gonna make you like enjoy the sport even more, because like you're learning a skill that you can always develop, and it's fun. And when you're sparring, that's literally like a human chess. You're playing a human chess with your body, which is beautiful. And another way like martial arts has changed my life is a sense of community. The gym that I go to, I made a lot of good friends over there. We talk about life. These are regular people just like you. And a lot of them, some of them have really good jobs. They're making really good money, and they're humble. They get humbled, and they'll talk to you about, their life situations. And there's ones that, not even making a lot of money. And, you'll be able to get along with people from all walks of life, because this is a community that brings people from all walks of life, from different backgrounds, nationalities, ethnicities. Like this is a community that doesn't have like any, what was that like this they don't discriminate. Especially a good gym. A good gym will not discriminate. Like because they care about the people. They care about people actually coming in, having fun, training. Because yeah, like these gyms, they want to, of course, like they want to make money. Who doesn't? But then they also want to bring a strong, solid community where people grow, people can become a family. A lot of people meet their significant others through these gyms from training together. It's a beautiful thing. So you'll find a lot of good friends who are just like you. You'll make friends, you'll make connections, and it's going to keep you motivated to train, because you have other like-minded people that are on the same journey. So another thing, it made me how martial arts has changed me. It made me realize like life really is a journey. Like you're gonna have ups and downs. There were months where I was crushing it, like as far as like showing up consistently, showing up on time, showing up like, 3, 4, 5, 6 times a week, training really hard, getting insanely better, like as far as with my progress, my individual progress. And then life happens. I get injured. I get I get a back injury or like a leg injury, and I stopped training for some time. I work too much. I stopped training because of that. So like stuff happens, and then it humbles you, like, oh shoot, like you're not always going to be on your A game, and you have to learn to like recover properly, eat the right foods, know your body's limits. Like, it's good to push yourself to the edge of your limits to maximize your potential, or even go beyond your potential. It's good to do that, but also it's good to know your limits. You have to train smart. You have to train the right way. That's gonna be, give you longevity, gonna give you that, because you'd be able to retain more information as you're training. You'd be able to retain a lot of these knowledge, and then the more you're training, the more muscle memory you develop, and that's over time is going to make you a lot better. But it's like, you're never going to get there in just like a couple months. You're going to have to enjoy the process genuinely, and then you're going to be making baby step progress every week. So, before training martial arts, I was not the most confident guy. I was like, yeah, I trained in the gym, hitting the weights, having discipline, building that, accomplishing other things in my life, but not being able to fight, that has been a major insecurity of mine. And that really showcased in other areas of my life, in my interactions with people, my interactions with myself, and the way I carried myself in a way. So once I started to train, my confidence got a lot better, but then it humbled me so many times, where I know that I'm not all that. There's always somebody that's bigger than you, that's way better than you, way stronger than you, that could mess you up. So you have to stay humble, but now you know the skills to handle yourself. Even if you get faced with a big opponent, you know what to do to like defend the best way you can for you and for others. You know what I'm saying? And I'll definitely make more videos about this topic, but wanted to give you like a deeper, I guess, like a deeper reason as to like why you should start too. Like, it's like, as men, we definitely have to learn how to fight, because we have all this testosterone built up, and if you're living in the West, I know right now it's crazy times we're living in, but you never know what can happen. So you just gotta have your hands ready to like go at any moment, you know what I'm saying, in a controlled manner. So that's all I have for you guys. I'll catch y'all on the next one.